Kenya will be the next Sudan or Haiti if the government keeps on using goons for hire to do their dirty work. Kenya will be the next Sudan or Haiti if the government keeps on using goons to interrupt rallies, to interrupt protests, and to do the government's dirty work. Don't take that machete, that knife, that stick, that metal that you're being given by these politicians so that you can go do their dirty work, to interrupt protests, to interrupt rallies, to do their bidding. Because I'm telling you, one day that stick, that knife, that metal, that machete will turn into a gun, and will turn into a grenade, will turn into a bazooka. And when it turns into those things, it's over. The country's done. Peace and blessings, everybody. I am your brother Orina, all the way from the motherland, all the way from Kenya, Nairobi, nation's capital. Welcome to Sell Afrika to Africans, the home of Pan-Africanism. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys directly like this. I really miss monologues, and the reason why I've been staying away from monologues is because I've been doing a lot of listening than talking. I've been inviting some of the best minds, some of the best experts in this world, some of the best black minds to come to the channel and really share their information and knowledge, especially the Sudan war. That's why you've been seeing me focusing a lot on Sudan. That's why you've been seeing me inviting a lot of Sudanese activists, researchers, journalists, like Suad Abdel Aziz, like Mossab Baba, like of course my friend Ahmed Kabalo, to come and really shed light on the Sudan issue. It's the world's worst humanitarian crisis, and it's getting little attention in the world. Few people are focusing on it, both in independent media and in mainstream media, but not me, not Sell Afrika to Africans. We will shed light on it, and we will give you the truth. That's why I've been away. That's why we've been away. But now I'm back. I'm back because of one thing and one thing only. Kenya. The Republic of Kenya, the country that I was born and raised in. I love this country from the bottom of my heart. But we are sinking into something that I don't want us to sink to. Let me say this. Let me start with this. Kenya will be the next Sudan or Haiti if the government keeps on using goons for hire to do their dirty work. Kenya will be the next Sudan or Haiti if the government keeps on using goons to interrupt rallies, to interrupt protests, and to do the government's dirty work. I study Sudan a lot. I study Haiti a lot. And trust me when I say this, we are the early stages that we are showing in this country when it comes to goonism, when it comes to governments using these gangs and goons to do their dirty work. We are in the early stages of becoming Sudan or Haiti. And if you think what's happening in Sudan or Haiti is child's play, Kenyans, if you think what's going on there is child's play, just watch some of my videos. Watch me interviewing Mossab Baba. Watch me discussing with Ahmed Kabalo. Watch me discussing with Suad Abdel Aziz. Watch the videos that are coming out of Sudan. Watch the videos that are coming out of Haiti. And see if what's going on there is child's play. Trust me, Kenya, we don't want war. We do not know what war is, and trust me, we do not want to know what war is. We don't want to know what war is. In this video, I'm going to carefully show you how dangerous it is when governments use goons, militias, gangs to do their dirty work. And I'm going to show you how in the long run, catastrophic it is. I'm going to show you how they end up being larger than life, and they end up being even more powerful than the government, than the police and the army put together. I'm going to use two examples today. I'm going to use Haiti and I'm going to use Sudan. But let me start with Haiti. The year is 1957. Papa Doc is the new president of Haiti. Now, Papa Doc ended up running Haiti for 14 years. But he ended up ruling Haiti with an iron fist through his private gang called Tonton Macoutes. Now, why did he make his own private gang? You see, Papa Doc was skeptical that the army would overthrow him, like the way they did other presidents before him. So he built his own private gang called Tonton Macoutes. He even resourced them. He financially resourced them. He resourced them weapons-wise to a point whereby he reduced the size of the army and armed his own private gang to the teeth. And let me tell you, the Tonton Macoutes ended up wreaking havoc in the streets of Haiti, killing protesters, shutting down oppositions, and killing anybody that opposes Papa Doc. Fast forward to 1971, but before I go there, the US, yes, the United States of America, ended up supporting the private gang of Papa Doc called Tonton Macoutes. Why did the US do this? Because it was during the Cold War and they wanted Haiti to be a Western ally. They didn't want Haiti to fall under the influence of Castro, of Cuban Revolution, of anti-West, anti-imperial revolution. No. They wanted Haiti to be a Western ally. So they wanted to make Papa Doc happy. And Papa Doc said, if you want to make me happy, help me fund, help me arm my gang called Tonton Macoutes. And that's exactly what America did. So the Tonton Macoutes was very, very powerful, and they ended up having 25,000 or more fighters, all heavily armed, all doing the dirty work and doing the bidding of Papa Doc. 14 years later, Papa Doc dies, and in 1971, Papa Doc's son, Baby Doc, takes over Haiti. Baby Doc is just another corrupt Western ally who ended up following the footsteps of his father, Papa Doc. The Tonton Macoutes continued doing the bidding, continued doing the dirty work, continued killing and shutting down protesters and shutting down opposition. But the people said enough is enough. Mass protests, mass demonstrations ended up happening in Haiti, and the people were tired. The public outcry was too much. And in 1986, Baby Doc was overthrown, and the army disbanded the Tonton Macoutes. Disbanded, but not disarmed. They disbanded this private gang that was started by Papa Doc, fathered by Baby Doc, but they did not disarm them. They still had the weapons. That's the mistake they did. Anyway, fast forward to 1991, an election is held. Jean-Bertrand Aristide ends up being elected by the Haitian people as the president of Haiti. But an unfortunate thing happened. Shortly after, he was overthrown by the Haitian army. But the American men ended up going to Haiti and reinstating Jean-Bertrand Aristide as the president of Haiti again. So the Haitian army overthrew him, America intervened, and they put Jean-Bertrand Aristide back to his seat. Now Jean-Bertrand Aristide said, you guys, so you guys overthrow me, and you think that I wouldn't come back to revenge you, huh? And that's exactly what happened. Jean-Bertrand Aristide avenged on the army that overthrew him. How did he do this? By doing something very, very unprecedented. He banned the army. Imagine a president of a country disbanding a country's army and saying from now on, there's no army in this country. That's what happened. That's what happened. Jean-Baptiste Aristide said, because you guys overthrew me, I'm revenging on you guys. He disbanded the army and he said the security of Haiti will be in the hands of gangs, putting even more power on the gangs. And the gangs continued running Haiti, running the Haitian streets, and continued wreaking havoc. In 2004, Jean-Baptiste Aristide ends up being exiled and ends up being kidnapped and chased out of office by, of course, the US of A. And now Haiti has no leader. Not only that, the Haitian gangs have no leader to control them, have no leader to give them missions, have no leader to command them. What ended up happening after 2004? The Haitian gangs started wreaking havoc. It was mayhem. It was anarchy. Since they have no leader, they can do whatever they want. And they turned into crime syndicates. They started selling drugs. They started dealing weapons, and they started doing all this illegal stuff. Of course, they were getting the weapons from the United States of America. And they were selling drugs. They were doing all these sorts of things. Haiti became a gang state. Fully. So in 2017, something happened. The president at that time of Haiti, called Jovenel Moïse, ended up reinstating the army back to Haiti. Remember, Haiti hasn't been having an army for a very, very long time. But in 2017, that changed when Jovenel Moïse reinstated the army. But even that couldn't stop these gangs from doing what they were doing. I mean, let me tell you, the gangs had so much power, so much control into the Haitian government, into the Haitian local government, into the Haitian presidents. The gangs had so much power and so much control, and to make even matters worse, there were more than the police and the army put together. And to make even matters worse, they had more sophisticated weapons than the police and the army put together. Which is why even when Kenya was used by Joe Biden to go and fight these Haitian gangs, we couldn't do it. It was a failed mission. The gangs in Haiti are at this moment hard to tame. It's impossible. Well, let me not say impossible. It's hard but not impossible to tame. It's out of control now. It's out of control. Haiti is officially a gang state. But it started with a leader who selfishly made his own private gang to protect himself and to solidify his political survival. And it has turned into something big. It has turned into something that even the police and the army can't handle. Kenya, is that where we want to go? Is that where we want to go? The Kenyan government, people in leadership in this country called Kenya, is that where we want to go? We don't want to know what it feels like to be like Haiti. We don't want to know that. We don't want to know. We don't want to know. I mean, look at Bashir. In 2003, in the Darfur War, he armed and funded the Janjaweed. The Janjaweed means devils on horsebacks. They were going in non-Arab Sudanese communities, killing, burning their villages, non-Arab Sudanese communities. I'm using that, I'm saying it in quotes because there is this false identity crisis that's going on in Sudan. This Arab identity crisis that's going on in some Sudanese people who think that they identify with their Arab identity more than their African roots. And and they look down upon openly proud African Sudanese people. It has been going on for a very, very long time. So there's that identity crisis. There's colorism there. There's confusion there. There's so much that contributes to the identity crisis, the Arab identity crisis that's going on in Sudan. I interviewed Ahmed Kabalo on this. He explains it very well. I'll put the graphic on the video so that you guys can go watch the episode. Also, Mossab Baba explained it very well when I talked to him recently. I'll put the graphic on the video as well so that you guys can go and watch. Please watch those interviews and free Sudan. So, in 2013, the Janjaweed was officialized. Remember, it wasn't officialized. This was a private militia that Bashir used to do his dirty work, to genocide and to reign terror in Darfur in 2003. But they were not officialized. So in 2013, Bashir officialized them. And so they moved from being the Janjaweed to becoming the RSF. Now you know what the RSF is. The Rapid Support Forces. So the Rapid Support Forces rained hell on protesters, even went ahead to kill many protesters for Bashir. I mean, the protesters who were going against Bashir. Sounds familiar, right? So anyway, fast forward 2019, there was a mass outcry, mass demonstrations, mass protests. There was a revolution. People wanted Bashir out. The revolution was so overwhelming that the army said, fine, we've listened to you. And what ended up happening is that the army, alongside the RSF, removed Bashir out of power. The same RSF that did Bashir's bidding in the Darfur war and even later with killing protests and shutting down opposition. They were working for Bashir, and now they worked against Bashir. They betrayed him by teaming up with the Sudan armed forces to overthrow him. Anyway, fast forward to 2023, after the power sharing deal failed between the civilians and the army, and then also after the RSF and the SAF, when their relationship broke, in 2023, the war began. And we are still in the war till this day. 3 years later, Sudan is still in war. The world's worst humanitarian crisis. Hundreds of thousands of people dead, millions displaced. The RSF massacring people in places like El Fasher to a point whereby there are space pictures, there are satellite pictures that are capturing pools of blood from space and heaps of bodies from space. It's a massacre, it's a genocide that's going on in Sudan. Remember, this started off as Bashir funding them, arming them, and using them in the Darfur war, using them to do his dirty work to solidify Omar al-Bashir's political survival, including killing protesters and killing opposition and shutting down opposition as well. But this group was officialized to become the RSF. They ended up turning against Bashir by teaming up with the army to overthrow him. And now they are so powerful to a point whereby they are going toe to toe with the Sudan armed forces. They are receiving weapons from the UAE in exchange of gold, because the RSF have annexed territories that are rich in gold. And then, of course, the UAE is receiving the weapons from America. So America is giving UAE weapons, and then the UAE is giving Sudan weapons. It's a triangle that's happening right now. It's a mess. It is a mess. Until this day, the war is still going on. But this is what happens, guys. This is what happens when governments use private gangs and private militias to do their bidding, to do their dirty work. It starts small, but it becomes something larger than life. It becomes something equal to or more powerful than the army and the police put together. Look what's happening in Sudan. Look what's happening in Haiti. And I'm warning Kenyans from the bottom of my heart, with all the conviction that is in my soul. I'm warning the Kenyan government, the Kenyan goons, and all these gangs, and all Kenyans put together. Let me even speak in Swahili, then I'll translate it in English when I'm done speaking in Swahili, so that all Kenyans can understand. Tafadhali wa Kenya, usishike panga, usishike kisu, usishike kijiti, zile vijiti nono, usishike chuma ati unaenda kufanya dirty work ya mwanasiasa. Usijaribu kutumiwa na wanasiasa vibaya, kwa sababu siku moja hiyo panga, hiyo kisu, hiyo chuma, hiyo kijiti itageuka kukua gun, itageuka kukua bazooka, itageuka kukua grenade. Na ikishageuka kuwa hivyo, kwisha, hii nchi imeenda. What am I saying? Please, Kenyans, don't take that machete, that knife, that stick, that metal that you're being given by these politicians so that you can go do their dirty work, to interrupt protests, to interrupt rallies, to do their bidding. Because I'm telling you, one day that stick, that knife, that metal, that machete will turn into a gun, and will turn into a grenade, will turn into a bazooka. And when it turns into those things, it's over. The country's done. Let me talk in Swahili again. Hao wanasiasa ni marafiki. Mabibi zao wako kwa chama ya wamama moja. Watoto wao wanacheza pamoja. Hata wanaenda kwa mashule. The same. Hao wanasiasa ni marafiki, wanaongea usiku kwa simu wakiwachekelea ati ona vile nimetumia hao wajinga waende wanifanyie dirty work. Mnatumika vibaya. Usijaribu kutumika vibaya na mwanasiasa. Hebu jiulize hii swali moja. Mbona huo mwenye amenituma, mbona hayuko na mimi nikienda kufanya hizo makazi chafu? Hebu sometimes hata unafaa tu kufikiria kidogo. Mwanasiasa mwenye amenituma kufanya hiyo kazi chafu kwa niaba yake, mbona hayuko na mimi nikifanya hiyo kazi chafu? What am I saying? These politicians are all friends. They're all friends. They all go to the same, their wives are in the same club. These politicians call each other every day, laughing like they're friends, because they are friends. And they're laughing at you, and they're laughing at how they've used you to do their dirty work. Their kids belong to the same school. Their kids play together. All from opposing sides. From the government and from oppositions. These guys are all friends. Let them not lie to you that they are fighting each other on TV and on rallies and on the streets. They are friends, and they even live in the same estates. Please don't accept to be used by politicians. What? Politicians? These guys are friends. These guys are friends. Tafadhali, let's not end up like Haiti. Let's not end up like Sudan. And then ask yourself one thing, you goons and gangs that are being used by these stupid politicians. Ask yourself one thing. Why is the politician who is sending me to do their dirty work, why is he not with me as I'm doing the dirty work? Ask yourself that question. Do you want to end up like Sudan? Do you want to end up like Haiti? Continue. Kenyan government, fine. You want to solidify your political survival, whoever you are. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue doing what you're doing. But when this country turns into a gang state, a militia state, that's when you'll know it is real. And when it's the fun, it'll spread all over. When it spreads all over, that's when you'll know that is real. Thank you.